Hello, my name is Franklin Howard. This is my second hack part one of penetration testing and risk management. Today's date is December 18, 2024. So, introduction, we will highlight the importance of automated vulnerability scanners in identifying network flaws and recommending security improvement. We will also look at key tools like Kiatri tool, Kali, and Mentas Exploitable tool. The scope is we're going to cover the utilization of automated scanners to identify vulnerabilities and improve network security. It will also outline the objective and mental logic uh, as well as the outcome. This presentation is intended to avoid any state of panic. So we were able to install use two key machines, that is our Kiatri tool and then our Kali so Kali, we use Kali to scan all of the ports. These are the scan, the numerations scan that we did on to target our cartridge. So installations of Necto, cool. So we ran our get installation Necto command, and it gave us this output right here in the screenshot telling us that, hey, we successfully installed Necto. What is Necto? Necto is an open source website scanner designed to identify vulnerabilities, misconfigurations, and security risks in a web server. It performs comprehensive tests against web server of thousand vulnerabilities. So the screenshot shows that after installing Nectos, we were able to run the command necto-h targeting the IP address 192.168.56.116. So that was, and we were able to discover a lot of different information, useful information. So going through, we were able to discover the cross-site scripting, which is an advanced rate for to exploit security holes across the website or across all scripting to insert harmful script into a legitimate website or web applications. So when executed in a victim browser, these scripts can take over the user section taken or cooks. So we also look at the CSRF. What does it do? It outlines security flaws known as cross-site request forgery, allowing an attacker to deceive an authenticated user into doing malicious actions, right? So we look at taking advantage of the trust of an online applications. So we were also able to discover the X frame operations handlers enhance security by controlling the iframe embedding of the web page. So OEBXEMPT, right? We were able to install it successfully and run it. So it is a GUI graphical user interface used to discover vulnerabilities within the application. So or our target. In this case, we set our target again to 192.168.56.116. These are all of the different results. What were found? We saw full, not found, three of them wasn't found highlighted in this screenshot below. So when we did most scanning, we call that full detailed scanning of a light. We were able to find SQL injection. We were also able to further investigate what that stands for. Is a web application vulnerability where attacker manipulates SQL queries to access or manipulate a database, right? We also went further to look at the content security policy, which is a handler is not set. So we look at it, we saw that four of them wasn't set, and what does that cause? Is a website become more vulnerable to various types of attack. When you have these things not set, you have the website being more vulnerable to different attacks. Four of them was discovered. So Necto versus OSM. Uh, Nectos is a command line tool for quick vulnerability scanning of a web service or web server. And then WebZem is a GUI, which is a very nice, presentation. A lot of people, a lot of graphic, different pictures, and all of that. So comparison in the future, we compare the future. We look at the interface, the primary use, the focus, uh, easy to use, and the customization. So for Nectar is command line. OSM is graphical user interface, right? Um, Nyctos is web server vulnerability detection, uh, web application penetration testing for OSM. For Nycto, we got outdated software. For OSM, we got authenticated impact validations. We got simple minimum setup for Nycto, and OSM we got user friendly and interactive. For Nycto, we got limited when it comes to customization. For OSM, we got high. So what's the difference, right? The difference, we got Nyctos is faster for quick server scan, while OSM is more comprehensive for application testing. Again, OSM support advanced feature like uh, fusing and section management, which Nectar lacks. Nessus. Again, you see in the slide, Nessus was successfully installed, and I did set up the configuration. So we got the naming convention. It was Howard underscore Kiatri2. We got the description, and then we got the target, which is the 192.168.56.116. Below, you see that all of the plugins were installed previously, and then the initialization of the plugins was successfully done. So again, these are the results we set up after we set up our target for the scan. We did the scan, and then you can see in the graph right here, these are the output. And this is a full result of the scan with browsable web directories, right? We did a scan for browsable web directories. That is, we did detail our vulnerabilities. So if you see multiple Nessus plugin, identify directories on the web servers, I are browsable, right? So all of these are the different links. These are the outputs. So again, we talk about more vulnerability. What did we find? When we were doing, these are all vulnerabilities. So we see PHP's multiple issues. We got HTTP multiple issues. So what are those stands for? PHP multiple issues is simply put, it is a scripting language that runs on the server and allow developer to build a dynamic web page and app, right? So this was issues on this server, and then we got, what was the trouble? We got various HTTP, PHP user outdated versions that contain security holes. So we also discovered that, and then we saw SQL injection. Again, we all know what is SQL injection. And then we did discover website issues too, right? So the software like Apache who had issue in internet information server. Uh, it had issues too. So what was the problem that was discovered? Default credentials or enabling directory listed as example of insecure setup options. So all of these things are, what can this cause? It exposes data, right? Serial-related sensitive information may be exposed through errors message and inappropriate configurations. So the list is so for conclusion, this lab we were able to have a hands-on experience with different automated tools. We were able to discover a lot of different vulnerability. We use OSM, we use Nessus, we use a Necto to do our scanning, and we were able to use different tools like Cat3 tool or Kali Linux, and the list goes on and on, highlighting different tools issues like CSRF and XSX on our system. Thank you for listening. My name is Franklin Howard.